Kel, another emphatic away performance from Arsenal. How satisfactory was that?
Very much, because in this festive period you have to keep the focus and the performance level really high against a team that here against top teams they done really well, even if they didn't win. And I think today we had great performance and scored some great goals and a big away win.
9 goals in 2 away games now. Is that a sign of the newfound confidence in Arsenal, particularly in the attacking third?
It is, but it's a way that all the phases are much better done, so we arrive in much better conditions to the final third. We are able to counter-press in those positions, and then you need the effectiveness and the confidence, as you mentioned, to have to make the right action and put the ball in the net.
Mikel, another emphatic away performance from Arsenal. How satisfactory was that?
Very much, because in this festive period you have to keep the focus and the performance level really high against a team that here against top teams they done really well, even if they didn't win. And I think today we had great performance and scored some great goals and a big away win.
9 goals in 2 away games now. Is that a sign of the newfound confidence in Arsenal, particularly in the attacking third?
It is, but it's a way that all the phases are much better done, so we arrive in much better conditions to the final third. We are able to counter-press in those positions, and then you need the effectiveness and the confidence, as you mentioned, to have to make the right action and put the ball in the net.
Bukayo Saka is enjoying his best scoring season at the club. We're still only at the halfway point. Is there more to come from him in terms of offensively and goals?
Yes, to play in those positions for a big club like us, you need to be producing goals, assists every single game, and this is what we demand to him, and he has the capacity to do it, and he's doing it better and better.
Emile Smith-Rowe gets one off the bench along with Bukayo. How important are these academy products that you're bringing through?
Everybody is important. The senior players, I think they are performing and giving a lot of stability and direction to the young players, and it's the right mix.
I have to ask you, obviously no Pierre-Patrick Aubameyang in the squad again today. With the goals that you're now scoring, does he still have a future with Arsenal Football Club?
He wasn't selected for today's match.
But does he still have a future?
Well, today's decision it was not to select him in the squad, and we selected other players.
You had play next Wolverhampton Wanderers at home. Just a short break for you. Wolves have had a 9-day break. Is there some fairness in this that needs to be?
Well, that words to describe the position that both teams are going to be playing in 1.5 days, obviously you cannot use it because it's not fair. But we will push and we will go there to try to recover as good as we can, play as good as we can, and prepare the game. From the beginning we looked really sharp, committed, a real threat. We dominated the game, scored the first one, a really important second goal just before the break, and then the team wanted more and he pushed for the third and the fourth one, and it's a big win for us.
Well, I used a tennis term in the dressing room. It was littered with unforced errors, and whether that's without the ball or with the ball, you know, they've got a left footer playing on the right and we show him inside and he scores 2 goals. To running half the length of the pitch and don't get a challenge anywhere near him or a body anywhere near him, and then we give 2 soft fouls away for 2 soft goals at the end.
Goals from all over the pitch?
Yeah, I'll take that. Not often I get a goal, so always happy to chip in when I can, and it was a good time in the game to score the second goal as well. Our team is very young compared to some teams up the top as well, but we're just working hard every day. We've got great team chemistry and we're looking to go forward and keep this run going.
No Pierre again, what's the situation? Are we likely to see him in an Arsenal shirt again?
Well, today he wasn't selected in the squad, and we'll take it game by game, and that was the decision.
Well, Dean Smith mentioned tennis, didn't he? It was game, set, match for Arsenal, that's for sure. Straight sets as well, I think. Very easy. Arsenal's young gunners are firing, right?
Yeah, I can't disagree with him about his own team. You know what I mean? I thought they lacked everything in how they played, but Arsenal players, they have to take the credit for the way they started. They started the game very aggressively, very ruthlessly, and Norwich did play poorly, but they were punished at every juncture for their poor play. Arsenal, you know, from the start, like the manager said, you look at Martinelli here, his enthusiasm and his aggression in running is won the ball back, and from here you think to yourself, OK, there's problems. You know, those 4 have been brilliant. We've got to show him outside. This is what Dean Smith's talking about. Don't let him come in on his strong foot. He's let him do it. He's not got close enough to him, and then bam. And then from there, Arsenal are flying. They're confident. Again, you look at it, I believe that he's got to be tighter to him now. He's not tight enough. Same with Partey in the middle, space. And with Arsenal playing like this, confident, Bam, they're out again. Very easy, and there it is. Massive amount of space for Kieran Tierney to go and attack. It was happening all the time. So much space for Thomas Partey. Again, look at Norwich players just standing around. That's too easy. It's gone a long way. And once we get into this situation, like I said, I can't understand why he's stopped there with his arms in the air. Get yourself in the box. He doesn't do it, and then bam, that's it, a tapping he would have got, although he played very, very well today. But it's this guy, again, Erdegaard. Erdegaard, in this kind of area, he's just linking the defence, linking the forwards, and you see Kieran Tierney. This is something that Norwich know he can do, and he was doing it all day, ran in there all day and continued to cause them problems. Here's this one, same thing. He's got to show him down the line. He can't let him come inside. We've got enough bodies in the round. He should be talking to him. No one's talking to him. No one's helping him. He's come inside, and the form that he's in, the way they're playing, you know, Arsenal caused them only problems. And the thing is that Norwich were just terrible today. This is it. I think that probably sums up how comfortable they were. You're not having that.
Since Aubameyang was stripped of the captaincy, that's the subsequent results for Arsenal. It's pretty impressive. 5 straight wins in all competitions, 19 goals.
Yeah.
It could be a moment there, isn't it? Because it could have gone either way, couldn't it?
It was a big, brave decision from Arteta to do what he did, because with the personality, who Aubameyang was, the captaincy on the salary that he's on, but he has to show discipline, because he's got a young team who he's tried to send a message to. They now know that they can't mess around. They can't be late for training, whatever the situation is. And the players agree with the decision that Arteta's made, because you can tell in their performances. Arteta needed his players to back him up in terms of giving him the goals, giving him the performances, and they've done that in style.
It's the results business. Arteta's starting to make a mark.
He is starting to make a mark. I'm delighted for him, delighted for the team.
Yeah, indeed.
Welcome back. Destination Carrow Road next. Arsenal looking for a 4th straight league win against bottom club Norwich City. Gunners looking to maintain their hold of 4th place in the league table. 6 minutes in, and the Gunners were already 1-0 up through Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, it was a lovely bit of pressing. Tierney recognised the moment to do it, and Saka, I love what he's done here. He's got it onto his stronger foot, but he's actually used the defenders to blindside the goalkeeper in Krul, and it's a lovely finish along the floor, and it was the great start for Arsenal.
It's been a stop-start season, really, for Kieran Tierney, but what about this for a penetrating run and finish?
Fantastic. His first touch at his feet is what obviously makes the chance really good. But he does that week in, week out for Arsenal, pushing forward, and a really good finish for him.
Bukayo Saka then got the 3rd, very similar to his first.
Very similar, and lovely footwork to be able to create the angle. And, you know, Tim Krul will be absolutely fuming with the players in front of him, the defenders, for one to allow it to happen. But again, just so crafty in a lovely little finish into the bottom corner.
At first, I wasn't sure if it was a pen, but when you look at it from a different angle, it's clumsy from Kabak, really, really clumsy. Gets the wrong side, Lacazette gets his body in, really, really clumsy tackle. Obviously, the captain now picks himself up, really good penalty, composure, and he's been a man rejuvenated the last couple of weeks. He's been one of Arsenal's real leaders, talisman.
Yeah, and here's something we've seen quite a few times already in recent weeks. Off the bench, Emil Smith-Rowe getting on the score sheet.
Yeah, he's done it time and time again, hasn't he? He's a very exciting player. And, you know, the dynamics when he gets the ball and goes forward, he's lovely to watch, but also getting himself in positions where he knows that there's going to get, I call it the scrappy little bits, and he recognised the moment there. And for me, another player that I've loved, he wasn't involved in the goal himself, but his Odegaard. I've watched him against Leeds United, I watched him there today. I just think the overall play, the way he is able to create space, his touch, he, for me, playing up alongside Lacazette when he needs to, he's been absolutely unbelievable, and it was a joy to watch in the last 2 matches.
So in the end, a 5-star showing from Arsenal. Let's hear from their head coach, Mikel Arteta. Incredibly, since the whole controversy with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and since his deselection from the 11, Arsenal have gone on to score 19 goals in the last 5 games. I mean, they've taken it almost to another level, haven't they?
They have done. And listen, you have to give credit to Mikel Arteta, because you live and die by that decision. It's a big, big decision to drop your talisman, your captain, and we don't know what's happened behind the scenes, but you're right. It looks like the players have kind of gone, you know what, we can do this, we believe in each other. And it looks like they're a more rounded team now. It's not about one man getting all the goals. You're seeing Saka coming with the goals. Smith-Rowe, Lacazette, as I said, he looks like all of a sudden, because he knows he's going to be playing down the middle now, more so than not,
rather than worrying about where his minutes are coming from, he took that challenge on board as well. And he's playing as well as he has done in an Arsenal shirt for a long time. So you have to say going forward from Mikel Arteta's side, they believe in what he's doing and they're playing some really good stuff.
And now the pressure's back on Aubameyang to see what is his commitment level, what is his attitude towards Arsenal. Is he going to see this and think, you know what it is? I accept it, I take responsibility, I want to be back in this team and I want to be playing and scoring the goals for this team, because without him now, they're looking like they're playing with the freedom. And you mentioned, Darren, with Lacazette getting the armband, he's looking like just a completely different player.
Yeah, and interestingly, we saw them against Leeds, where it felt like they got themselves in a terrific position, but then took their foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
Did we see them show their ruthless side today against Norwich?
I think so, because as you said, the second half against Leeds, it was a little bit, although they were always in control, they showed a little bit of a fragile side to them where they give Leeds opportunities. It was like they weren't going to let that happen today. I think the clean sheet meant a lot to them as well. They don't want to concede goals. But going forward, as I said, if they can keep this run up, keep these performances in, then they've got a really, really good chance of the top four. It's going to be difficult still, but you'd rather them have the points on the board now.
Yeah, and
that's the key.
That's the point, because Spurs and Manchester United both have games in hand.
Well,
So
they have
all
to win.
Arsenal can do is just keep winning.
Got to keep winning. And like you said, the clean sheet is huge. The goals have been questioned early on. They weren't getting enough goals. In the last 3 or 4 matches, they've been absolutely brilliant. And you can just see now, the first 3 matches of the season, they were sitting bottom of the league. Everybody was saying, there's Arteta the man. What a turnaround. And the style of play you've saw progress each week. As an Arsenal fan, they will be frothing at the mouth thinking, this is great football.
Interestingly, well, Arsenal's next game against Wolves on Tuesday has been postponed because of a COVID outbreak in the Wolves camp. But it means their next game is against Manchester City at the Emirates. What a game that is going to be.
Well, listen, Arsenal go into this game full of confidence. Now, we know what happens Manchester City versus Arsenal. The last few times, Manchester City have had their way with Arsenal. But you'd have to say that they're certainly going into this game now with a lot more confidence than they have done in previous fixtures. So who knows? Who knows?
That's the first game of 2022. What a blockbuster to get the
bring it on.
up and running. As far as Norwich City are concerned, very quickly, it's 1 win in 6, and it's no goals in the last 4. Have they kind of gone backwards since the initial uplift of the appointment of
Dean Smith gave them definitely an uplift when he came in. We saw what Steven Gerrard has done at Aston Villa as well. And Smith had that. But realistically, on paper, when you look at the squad, he still hasn't been able to change anything. What will happen in January? Will he be allowed to make some changes? We'll have to wait and see. He did give Billy Gilmour another opportunity in there, which I thought was fantastic. He got a result. But again, I think what they've done with Smith, they've thought about it for next season as well when they're in the Championship, because he's proven he can get teams out of that division. And I feel for them at the moment, because I think it's going to be a battle right the way through to the end of the season.
Their only kind of saving grace is that they're not cut away yet, because teams are not winning and above them. No. I think they're already still 3 points, 4 points from safety, so they are still in touching distance. And I think if they'd been cut adrift, you'd fear for them. I mean, I still think they're one of the favourites to go down, absolutely. But they're not a million miles away. You never know. A couple of results against people in and around them, they can find themselves out of it.
Well, Joseph, what a party.
Yeah, it was a great victory for the players, the fans and everyone.
What do you think about your performance?
I think it was good, and each game it keeps getting better.
We need this match, no, with 3 goals.
Yeah, it was really great because we fought hard for this victory and everyone deserved to be happy.
Bueno, es el mejor partido de la temporada en lo que va de Liga, ¿no?
No sé si el mejor, pero sí el que hemos sabido jugar con el marcador a nuestro favor, que nos estaba costando mucho, y sobre todo felices por ganar en casa, porque nos estaba costando muchísimo. Desde que hay público en el estadio solo habíamos ganado un partido de no sé cuántos, o sea que hoy el partido creo que era fundamental porque nos ponemos también a 3 puntos del Español, que es un rival directo, para alejarnos de ahí abajo, para irnos tranquilos de vacaciones y pensar en lo que viene.
Con el partido contra el Valencia también nos ponemos por delante, pero el Chacho se quejaba, ¿no? Un poco que nos había faltado controlar el partido, y es lo que tú dices, ¿no? Se ha conseguido.
Bueno, sobre todo hoy no hemos tenido errores individuales que nos pagaron contra el Valencia. Creo que es un partido para sacar conclusiones positivas. Hemos vuelto a ganar en casa, tenemos que hacernos fuertes aquí de lo que queda de temporada, porque fuera de casa sí el equipo está respondiendo bien. Y tenemos que seguir esta línea.
Cuéntame el gol, ¿no? Porque ha sido una jugada rápida, pero cuando te ha llegado ha sido como mucha pausa, las pican. ¿Cómo ha sido?
Bueno, recibo de Hugo, controlo y normalmente Diego López suele salir a tapar. Veo muchos partidos y Diego López en los 1 para 1 suele salir a tapar, entonces yo controlo y él no ve lo que voy a hacer, entonces intento picársela un poquito y cruzársela con tranquilidad.
Como ya tocaba.
Tocaba, pero ahora mismo sentimos una alegría inmensa, ya no solo por el partido, sino estamos trabajando como el que más, estamos en el día a día muy sacrificados, con los pies en la tierra, con humildad, y al final somos una piña y hoy nos lo merecíamos y se lo merecía también la afición, que pues mira, no estamos ganando, no nos están saliendo los partidos en casa y aún así la afición cree en nosotros, nos apoya y nos transmite el cariño día a día.
Eso te iba a decir, has dicho que sois una piña equipo, pero la afición también. Hemos visto ese momento tan bonito ahí en la esquina.
Sí, sabemos que le debemos mucho a esta afición, no solo de esta temporada, sino que por desgracia hemos vivido un par de temporadas muy jodidas sobre todo a nivel mental, muy difíciles de sacar, y las hemos sacado esas temporadas gracias al apoyo de ellos. En otra situación, en otro equipo, la afición lo dejaría de lado, y aquí, cuanto peor iban las cosas, más estaban con uno y con el equipo. Y eso es de agradecer, y se lo agradeceremos hoy, mañana y en un futuro.
En lo personal, vuelves después de varias semanas que parecía que sí, pero al final no, 90 minutos con asistencia.
La verdad que bueno, no estoy al 100%, pero creo que he podido ayudar al equipo. Venía de mucho tiempo parado, unos problemas que no se me daban ido. Entrenaba, tenía que volver a parar, volví a aparecer, volví a parar. Bueno, espero que ahora sea el fin de esta lesión del carajo, porque ya estoy frito, y que pueda ayudar y contribuir al equipo.
Saca 2001, 2022.
Por el 2022 a tope. Tenemos que seguir con los pies en la tierra, saber quiénes somos, de dónde venimos, y con esta afición, con el equipo, con el compañerismo y el sacrificio. No quiero ser pesado, pero creo que son las claves para mirar hacia adelante en un futuro.
Gracias, Hugo.
Gracias a vosotros.
Te voy a pedir lo último.